And as we mentioned, the fire from yesterday's crash caused some damage to the bridge. We showed you video of that. David Weber is here from Volkert and Associates, and thank you for joining us. Now, that isn't an old bridge as bridges go around here. It's not that old.
It's for bridge sakes, though, and bridges are meant to last a long time, obviously the expense of a bridge.
Right.
So I think in general the bridge is in good shape.
Now, would that affect what happened? Would a newer bridge be able to handle that kind of damage better?
Not that kind of heat. No, it'd be similar. The concrete in the bridge, the steel, it'd be similar, depending on the age of the bridge.
Now, you saw some of the video of things warping and
Yes.
the scorching. In fact, that's some of the scene there from yesterday.
That's right.
What kind of effect does that have structurally on a bridge?
The warping is concerned with the steel. Now, the concrete obviously gets damaged, and there's what we can see visually, but there's also what you can't see. But there are devices you can see, almost take an x-ray of the bridge. But there are ways to fix the steel. You can reheat steel, you can elongate it again and make it just as structurally efficient as it was before.
Okay. But as we heard the ALDOT officials say, at some point they're going to have to close down the bridge again to do some, what sounds like extensive repair work.
Yes, and again, it's depending. They'll have crews go out. Again, internal is what we're looking at, whether they have to repair the entire section of bridge or take it out, for instance, and replace it, or if they can just repair what's there in place. And that'll depend on the length of time that it will be closed.
How long does it take to diagnose, say, a similar problem like this? Is this a matter of days or weeks?
It depends on the equipment they have coming in. For instance, I talked about the x-ray they'll have come in, and they'll have other engineers come in and evaluate the data which they get. And they want to make sure all along that whole section that they have every inch of that bridge diagnosed before they let traffic back on it.
Right, because I think a tendency might say, well, okay, they've cleaned the site. Okay, it looks structurally sound, or the road seems flat, but that may be hiding problems.
That's correct, because the concrete, is going to be damaged. It's the steel that's holding up the structure. The concrete's what you're driving on, but it's the steel you have to make sure is structurally sound to make sure you drive up. That's carrying the weight.
And I would think they're also concerned about the number of trucks that go over there and the constant use of the bridge and the weight that it takes.
And that's what they'll analyze when they get back, how the steel, how was it transformed, or the concrete from the fire, from the trucks, and they'll evaluate how much weight can go back. And it's not just weight, it's like you said, the repetition of that weight. And the trucks, the repetition of the trucks on that, they'll determine what needs to be done.
Have you ever seen damage to a bridge like this in your career?
Yeah, at the East Tunnel interchange recently, that ramp was burnt.
Right.
In Birmingham a couple of times. Those are concrete girders, so that it was totally damaged. If people remember that on the east side of the Wallace Tunnel, remember that had to be repaired completely, but that was concrete.
That was closed for a while.
Correct. But that was concrete versus steel here. And also up in Birmingham, the Department of Transportation came in and had that open in about a month. And it was complete rebuild. They completely rebuilt. They did a great job there. So.